Welcome back to Make Me a Fan. I'm the Jag.
I'm Pete.
And we're getting back to our roots. And by that I mean the Encyclopedia is showing me some old school stuff that I've never seen to see if he can make me a fan of PWG from way back in 2017.
First live show I ever went to.
Yes.
So now we've seen 3 matches.
Yes.
Not too bad.
Not bad at all.
Not too bad for your first live PWG show.
All I'm saying is that anytime PWG comes to town, I know Bowl is a huge deal. The Jag is in line. Okay, it looks like it's serious business, and you have made me a fan, and we're only halfway through. Now, yesterday was Showcase of the Big Beefy Boys with Jeff Cobb, Matt Riddle, Michael Elgin, and freaking Brian Cage. All a bunch of big dudes throwing each other around. Heavy lifting, strong dudes. They know the way to the gym.
Absolutely.
They got a reserve
But
parking spot.
now we're going to the next wave of luchadors, that style that we see today, the prevalent style of today.
Absolutely. This
the
is
X
kind
Division style, if you will.
I like that. And it's kind of the other end of the spectrum. Now, you just mentioned a statistic or something you found on Cage Match. Will you please share with all these MMA efforts?
Sure. So, the fans that have reviewed this show specifically rated this match 7.5 out of 10.
Damn. That's pretty darn good.
It's pretty darn good.
Now, in the internet age where there's a lot of people who just find joy in being a hater, that's extremely
that's not too bad.
So here's what I'm going to say about Lio Rush. I enjoy Lio Rush in a way that I can't really put into words, but I'm going to try. The way he cuts off certain things. When I say cut off, and I know this is the right terminology, wrestling school starts Tuesday, okay? But when he'll, he gets whipped into the rope, but he'll stop and he'll cut it off, and then this man turns on a dime. He is that freaking precise, and you have to watch him because anything he's doing can change direction or change in an instant. So when I watch Lio Rush, he has my full attention because you never know if he's even gonna make it to the turnbuckle because he might just make a left turn,
and
baseball slide, whatever, and counter. Yes, that thing, I don't know if you guys saw it. Of course, you're watching this. You probably saw it a couple days ago. Him versus Swerve versus, Garza? No? I forget, yeah. In NXT. And they had that move, that spot, which I'm sure they've done before because they've done it 100 times because they wrestle a lot, where Swerve is coming out for a dive and Lio backflips off the apron. Swerve, beautiful move. We'll probably put it on the screen because the Encyclopedia can do that because he's a genius when it comes to editing stuff. And yeah, that was amazing. So stuff like that makes you say, holy crap, what are they gonna do next? I, having watched wrestling for so long, have never seen that before. So when I see a guy getting ready to make a dive and he stops on a dime and front flips out of the ring while the other guy is back flipping off the apron and they come nose to nose, that is amazing, and that makes you go, holy S, holy S, holy S.
This is awesome.
Yes, and this is awesome.
This is what This Is Awesome is based on.
Yeah, and I guess what we're gonna see is hopefully some awesomeness like that.
Oh, I guarantee you guys. So the link's gonna be over here for the match.
Click it.
Guys, we'll see you when the match finishes.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm excited now.
Oh, you're in for a treat.
All right, let's do it. Let's go.
All right, click play now.
So the match just ended. Encyclopedia, before I ramble on about what I thought, tell the people what you thought.
This was a phenomenal match. We got to hear Rick Knox on commentary with Excalibur. So amazing job where you get the insight, the running dialogue of one of the best referees in the business.
Very true.
Explaining what's happening in the ring. And it's worth a watch alone just to hear the psychology from Knox being dropped.
Yeah, that was awesome. That added a new dimension to the match. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, 100%. And this was Lio Rush's debut, and boy, oh boy, did he have a horrible, in the sense like a horrible first opponent, but what a great showing. Oh my Lord.
Okay, look, now I'm gonna talk trash.
Here we go.
You people have to watch this match. First and foremost, I'm gonna just kind of riff for a second. If you are a wrestling executive anywhere on the face of the planet, and either of these two gentlemen are unsigned, if you could, you better get, I couldn't get on the phone fast enough. I couldn't get on the phone or print the contract or the offer fast enough based on what I just saw. It is no secret and no mystery that both these gentlemen are now working in the biggest company in the world. Love them or hate them, the WWE is the biggest and, dare I say, most successful
and in
company in the
2017,
world.
Lio Rush was at Ring of Honor. So he had just signed with Ring of Honor.
Oh, really?
He was just coming off of CZW, where he had won the TV title. So he, like I said, Lio Rush's trajectory at this point, he was only 2 years in, and this was 3 years ago. So if we're doing the math, he's been doing it for 5 years and is already at WWE and is that level.
And he's killing it. Look, people, I'm gonna talk a little bit out of my butt here. Actually, I'm gonna talk from a place of authority, okay? And when I say that, it might be hard to believe when you look at the Jag today, but the Jag is well-versed in martial arts, okay? There's a lot of high-quality martial arts techniques going on in this ring. And yes, they're modified and somewhat adjusted for wrestling purposes. Okay, there are certain things you can't do. If you do an axe kick, you're not going to hit with the heel because you're going to break somebody's freaking clavicle. You know, if you hit an axe kick to the back of somebody's head, you're putting them in the freaking hospital, or at the very least giving them a concussion. Okay,
for sure.
So they're modifying things to make it work in the wrestling world. But these guys, flexibility, power, speed, strength,
agility.
check, agility, check, 5 stars. Holy mother of pearl. We said before we watched the match how they can turn on a dime. There's so many direction changes and so many things happening. It was insane. And then, in my opinion, the spot of the match wasn't even a move. It was a kick out. And I'm gonna tell you why. I freaking love psychology, okay? If you do something, it better mean something, okay? And in a world where people are kicking out of everybody's finishers, okay?
Which is ludicrous.
Which is ludicrous. In a world where people are kicking out of, we saw the other night, somebody got hit with the door probably 16 times and kicked out, okay? People somebody got Death Valley driver through a door and kicked out it too. I was like, what the hell, okay? In a world where that kind of stuff happens and it's okay, when you see someone kick, my favorite move, aerial move off the top rope, which I consider to be a finisher, is the shooting star press.
100%. That's skill.
Yes. Ricochet hit a beautiful shooting star press in this match, and I'm thinking, that's it, we're going home. No, Lio Rush kicks out. But here's the thing, I started to get angry that he kicked out of my favorite top rope maneuver. However, there was no reason to be angry because he got up, and he kind of hulked out, went over to the corner, kind of headbutted the turnbuckle, and just like Ultimate Warriored out for a second, and then he fell. He collapsed.
Then had the Ric Flair flop.
Yes. And he's like, on pure adrenaline, on pure instinct, I'm still in this, I'm not giving up yet.
Well,
but
the momentum from it carried him up to his feet and
then back down. That is storytelling. That made my heart super happy, as they used to say on this show that my kids watched. Ni hao Kai Lan, if you have kids. That was amazing. Right. Amazing. Just the fact that I was like, oh, he kicked out of the shooting star, but he's like, oh. I was like, oh, there was a reason for the kick out. And there's consequences. Oh man, this match told a story. Not only was it a series of amazing high spots, but it was a series of amazing high spots that told a story. And
everything flowed together. And then of course that insight from Knox and Excalibur. Excalibur is an amazing one-man booth guy, but when you plug in somebody like Knox, where he's just there to help wrap up some of that, especially like when he's talking about Justin giving him the 20 count, and he's kind of giving some of that insight of the ref, it like really wraps all of this together in a package, just so beautiful.
If you guys have not seen this match, you better watch it. But if you ever turn on the WWE, like I did, and I have for years, and you see a new face, that new face has had so much development and has done so much even up to that point, just to get to that point, and then we can see what happens next. Prime example, Mr. Jake Atlas.
100%.
He's done so much to get to this point, and we haven't even seen him on WWE TV yet.
Well, the funny thing is, he tweeted out about it that every once in a while that episode of Undercover Boss is on, and he gets a deluge of following, and he said, and this blows my mind because I didn't even think of it, that was 3 years ago.
Yes. I saw that this morning too, and I was like, damn, 3 years? Because when I first started talking about wrestling, of course, our buddy, OC Steve, he says, oh, this guy Jake Ellis is pretty hot. He was on Undercover Boss. I thought it was like a couple months ago, you know? And then I thought maybe a year ago, 3 years ago? So this is
right when he started wrestling school.
And this guy's been working for 3 years? And killing it for 3 years, and now he just got an invitation to the dance, and he hasn't even stepped foot on in a WWE ring, at least on camera that we have seen.
Right.
You don't know how. I mean, this is what I'm talking to myself here. So if you're a casual like myself, or you're a former WWE homer, and you're trying to spread your wings, you don't know how far these people have come and what they've done up to this point. And it is 100% worth it to go back and do your homework the way that the Encyclopedia is helping me to do my homework, because damn. Like, that's all I can say about this match. Damn.
100%. Like, there was a ride-along that was on the WWE Network where Kevin goes back to Reseda.
Okay,
and, cool. There's a couple people in the car, and they're like, man, this is the... And it's like, for them, they're like, this was the building that helped get me to where I needed to be.
Nice.
And you can see why people want to show up and show out at that building.
I believe it. Now, I've heard about PWG. I've heard about PWG for years. And I've heard about PCW for years. I never really heard about Bar, but Bar is freaking fantastic. But PWG was like this huge Southern California thing.
Yeah, it's a mythical beast.
Yeah, and this guy wrestled there, and this guy wrestled there. And then I heard of Battle of LA, and I think I went on Wikipedia and I searched Battle of LA winners, and son of a biscuit, it's like a who's who of freaking wrestling. So the
Jeff Cobb, Ricochet.
Yeah. And Keith Lee, he didn't win, but he was in the semifinals or whatever. So I mean, yeah, there's a who's who of freaking wrestling in that. In the history of PWG, and especially Battle of LA. So I'm gonna say it like this. If you are not a fan of PWG, you are missing out. If you're not a fan of Battle of LA, you're basically missing out on the sneak peek of what's coming next. This is like the preview before the movie starts, basically. You know what I'm saying? At least that's how I'm feeling about it.
No. That's the exact way. It's like this PCW, a couple of other places are like the place to see the stars before they go to WWE or AEW now.
I mean, okay, now I'm going to get a little nerdy on this, okay? And you're going to be much more well-versed in this than I am, okay? But back in the day, when WWE had their developmental, it was OVW, Ohio Valley Wrestling, FCW, Florida Championship Wrestling, and maybe a few others. I think now it's mostly Evolve, right? Whatever. But I never watched those.
Yeah.
I never saw FCW or OVW. I didn't know who was who down there. I didn't know that there was Tyler Black, aka Seth Rollins, you know? I never cared.
Well, yeah, no, and I knew Tyler Black from the Ring of Honor stuff when I had DVDs floated to me and they were like, you gotta see this guy. This guy's amazing.
Well, I mean, and you have been in this game for so much longer than I have, so you had those DVDs and you had that experience, but somebody like me...
Just coming in blind. It's like the first time you see them is like, oh, hey, here's the Shield. Yeah. They're beating up everybody on TV. Ryback helping them beat up people that I love on TV.
And here's the weird part too is I'll say it like this, and this is going to be kind of weird, but if you don't understand where people are coming from, you don't appreciate them as much.
Oh no, for sure. I would 100%. And that's why, you know, getting up on PWG and some of this other stuff, it just like, it's so exciting to see all these people in WWE now or AEW or wherever they are.
Yeah.
They went to Reseda, they went to the Globe, they busted their ass so that they could get to where they needed to be.
Oh, for sure.
And gave us great matches in the process.
Yeah, and it's nice to know that the hard work is rewarded because these guys are putting in the work.
Oh, 100%.
And the work is being seen, the work is being recognized, and it's being rewarded. So if you're a worker and you're trying to get recognized, yes, you should be busting your ass and doing everything you can to get to PWG. Because PWG has a reputation and a history and a platform that's going to get you showcased, which I think is why everybody's hoping that they can make it to Bola. You know, like I'm hoping that Chris Bay can make it to Bola. I think
I would love to see Bay and
awesome,
Bola.
You know, and then there's other...
Bay is Bola.
Yeah.
Bola is Bay.
So it'd be great to see. So, I mean, that's the kind of thought process that I have. And of course, the Jack's not a wrestler. We're talking about managing, refereeing, commentary, whatever. I would love to have an opportunity to work a PWG show, you know?
Of course,
just to say I did it. Because that's a hell of a resume builder right there.
Absolutely. Jimbo does the camera. He does the hard
cam. Oh, really?
Cam, yeah.
Nice. Jimbo, give me a call, buddy. You need somebody to carry your stuff? You need somebody to carry your stuff, Jimbo? I got you, bud. Anybody in there? Is there a microphone there next to Excalibur? You know? I'll talk a little trash. But yeah, enough about that. This was a fantastic match. Ricochet, of course, is amazing. You got Lio Rush, who I think is also amazing.
Yeah, this was his debut match, and the crowd ate him up.
Oh, they did.
The crowd ate him
Cheering
up.
for him, they loved him. And even that opening sequence where they had a bunch of misses, you know, they're doing some slips and some bobs and some weaves and some ducks, and the crowd just starts pounding on the ring and just goes crazy for him.
Bananas.
It was that great.
Bananas. So tomorrow.
Yeah, man. I don't even
9 a.m. tomorrow.
I wasn't even thinking about tomorrow. I was still stuck on the
Are you ready for what tomorrow's match is?
I am ready. Are you going to tell me? Or
I am.
Wait? Okay.
So we'll tease it for everybody. So it's going to be a debuting Jay White, Switchblade. So obviously in 3 years since then, he's not too bad, right straight to the top.
Yeah.
And then there's also the re-debuting Marty Scurll as the villain.
Oh my goodness.
Prior to him joining Bullet Club and everything, he had this Party Marty kind of vibe. Where,
oh wow! Party Marty.
And we can go back to TNA because he actually has some stuff in TNA.
That's a huge departure from Villain Enterprises. Party Marty. I mean, this guy's walking around with Villain Enterprises and Umbrella.
This is the first time you see this after he just joined Bullet Club.
Interesting. All right. So, I mean...
and he was the Ring of Honor TV champion at the time.
Okay, very cool. Two very well-known factions. Two very well-known...
Well, and they're both Bullet Club. But they're also both Bullet Club guys.
Well, I mean, now Villain Enterprises. But that's their own faction.
Yeah, but he was, at the time, he had just joined Bullet Club.
Okay, interesting. All right. And again, Marty Scurll, I would say Scurll, but Scurll, okay, now doing his thing in Ring of Honor and actually part of the booking in Ring of Honor. Also, kind of looks like he's been building some bridges to AEW and NWA as well. So that's fantastic. Again, platform, man. This is the PWG springboard, right?
This is the place you want to be. You go there, and then you can do whatever you want to do afterwards.
All right. Well, dang, I didn't know, but now I know. And as Vicky said, if you don't know, now you know.
So for tomorrow, we're going to see Jay White make his debut. So I'm excited for guys to see that. So let's see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m.